little recap of our last session. You all traveled to Kiyasa. You all decided it wasn't worth your time to try and go back and do anything with the Great Cyclops that you all successfully ran away from. Not messing with it. They're not intelligent enough to know what to do with these crystals, but it does kind of suck that they have a lot of crystals. That's just something to think about. Y'all got on the road. Road is way safer. You can just travel and not have to worry about crazy things attacking you in the middle of the night. You are able to, but you all, first day, met Jackie Roseborn. Seemed like a guy, a wanderer, who'd been all around the Tilky Forest. Gave y'all some extra information about, kind of what Gatch looks like, and even more motivation to go after this Gatch fella. Yeah, y'all just chatted around some more info. Then you all continued on your way. There were some extra dreams that people had. Turlon appears to be being tracked by a member of the Ten Cuts, which is very fun. And Vita had a chat with Kahar through the ball, the enchanted iron ball that Rogue gave him. And yeah, just some continuing mysteries. The funnel was brought up in one of John's dreams. And apparently the dreaming and being translucent thing is not a new phenomenon, and had been happening to Felix since he was a child, and his parents knew about it. So, things to think about, but you all made it to Kiyasi. And to reiterate, as you all kind of crested a large hill, you knew you all were close. It is the morning of day 2221, or just 21 if you want to think about it that way to make it easier. And you all crest over this hill, and you see a large body of water, on the other side of which is these two large mountains that kind of descend on either side slowly, but a very sharp valley in the middle of them. This beautiful sparkling body of water is kind of sparkling in the sunlight, and you see this vast city in front of you. A lot of docks, kind of this center circular area that has these large stone towers and stone buildings in the Tilted Forest are kind of a rarity. And then just some various various grids of buildings. Some are taller than others, kind of depicting areas of higher volume. And I will be sending in the art channel Discord some art. Let me pull it up. The artist. Let me give it a title.
Dude, why is there so much text in our art channel?
Yeah, I'm kind of bored.
True.
Really
Really
makes
said tech. Yeah.
Really I could delete it.
What did he mean by this?
Mods?
This
Ooh,
is
those are some big ass mountains.
Kiyasi
Huge
from
fucking
above.
mountain.
They are absolutely
Christ.
massive. Two mountains go high above the clouds, but it is a beautiful sight.
Imagine that view on those docks, man.
Yeah, I tell you, man, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it.
Wow.
Is that like an artist rendition thing, or is it just like that?
They're that big.
They are huge. I'm not good with scaling, so they are probably not that huge. Like to give
Don't sell yourself short.
to give an idea, each of the towers, those two black towers that you see in the center of Kiyasi, those are each about like 4,000 feet tall. So like a little under a mile. So those mountains are for sure not that huge, but they are very tall. They're very tall. I'll put it that way.
Good lord.
We like our mountains big in Kiyasi.
Yeah, so a little bit of artist rendition there. But
You do not fuck
you-
around in Kiyasi.
you
embellish a
all
little
are
mountains.
walking down the road. You can see the entrance. Is there anything you all would like to discuss before you get to the gates of Kiyasi, which appear to be open and able to be walked into? There doesn't appear to be anybody who's going to stop you.
I'll just ask if anyone's been here.
Personal. This is me asking the real person. Reminder of what our macro. What are we doing here again? Because it's like I've lived 3 lifetimes since we last.
We
Information
wanted
to
yeah.
find where Gatch might be
Finding
in the
Gatch.
north above this. We're trying to narrow it down to where to
Okay.
go.
Gatch quest. That's right.
I'm at least trying to find my my old caravan because we know some people. I know some people who could have some Gatch info. I also think above board, or honestly, sorry, at board, our characters are just kind of interested in
My board.
curiosity.
Yes.
At board, like we kind of just fucked with it.
Y'all had discussed getting horses here, perhaps, to make the rest of your trip. I mean, you do all have magical horses, so maybe perhaps
That also
not.
costs like a lot of spells. Either I cast horse, or I'm like useful in a fight. One or
Well,
the
I'd
other.
like to be able to have you be useful in a fight.
But horse. That's
But
true.
horse. Have you thought about
All
horse?
right. I'm
But
always.
as
Just
you
kidding,
all
I'm not.
enter, this appears to be kind of the main entrance of Kiyasi. It's a large archway, probably about 100 feet tall. It's this huge archway, has a large etched into the stone of the wall, large letters Kiyasi, and you see a lot of guards. Now, not a lot of guards as in, like, this is a security checkpoint, but this appears to be the only way to kind of get into Kiyasi, the main way at least. And so it is stationed with guards kind of on top of the wall, guards on the ground, but no, like, it's a large, maybe like 150 feet wide entrance to this place. And so you are able to just walk freely in, but as you walk in, you do see there's kind of a welcome center. You see something very similar to the map that you are now looking at right now, kind of just these points of interest, the names of the various districts, but there's also just like a welcome center, tourist information, that kind of stuff. It seems like, as also one thing I'll say before I'll let y'all loose, and y'all possibly split up or stay together and do random things, because there's lots to do. As you all enter, you notice that there's a lot of people that are entering appear to be wearing not like the furs and the leathers that you're used to. Some of them, they seem to be wearing beach wear or resort wear, a lot more casual clothes. Any of the tourists that you see around seem to be here for one purpose, and based off of the map alone, there are a lot of resorts here at the docks of Kiyasi, so it makes sense for that to be the case. But you all are able to enter in just fine. There's visitor information. There's plenty to do.
Is there like a news bulletin board around?
There absolutely is, yeah. Are you looking for anything in specific?
I just want to see what's up. Like, what are we walking into? Is there any? I guess if it had to be particular, is there like unrest? Are there issues that would make people angry, or are there things to celebrate? Like, is anything going on, or is it just as normal as it gets?
Sure, give me a little perception check, and if anyone else is
Oh.
also looking for it, you can.
Shit, I'm about to roll.
Nah.
Give me a little roll.
The roller.
Roll down.
And you all are also level 8, which is fun. Ooh, wow, we're
Dude,
at
I'm
big
so-
numbers.
We're in the big numbers.
I'm freaking level 8, dude.
Things that you notice. You notice that in 3 days' time, so on the 24th, you are on the 21st right now. On the 24th, there is going to be an event called Funnel Mania, which is at the Funnel Arena within the inner ring of Kiyasi. You see a kind of a sign for, get party equipment at these various local shops. They seem to have bought kind of a section of the store, but it seems like they've been old there, and some of them reference Hundreds Day, which is, like 21 days ago, so maybe those just stay there the whole time. You're not entirely sure. But in terms of like a job board or general unrest, people are saying, if you know any information about kind of the recent attacks from the acidic or the caustic animals that happened with the blizzard a while ago, to go to the Druids or the Druids of Juton. as they would be interested in that information.
Unlocked.
You do see that there is a big sale happening at the Covered Commons in Little Qatar. It seems to be just today only. There's a ton of deals happening. You're not entirely sure why. It doesn't say why, but it seems to be a big celebration happening in the Little Qatar. And yeah, that's kind of the general gist. There's general also just papers for applying to the various schools. You see the ones that you see listed under major schools, but you also see some that are more trades and the various guilds that are throughout Kiyasi as well.
I want to like kind of ask for someone's attention really quickly. Someone walking by.
Sure.
And just go, hey, do you what are the grounds of retribution?
The grounds of retribution, and you try and find someone who's not a tourist, I'd imagine.
Yeah, just like a local.
Okay.
Yoko.
Let me pull up the lore docs and make sure I know what I'm
What's
talking
that? What is that? The Shadow Room? What is that?
You see, just one of seeing the workers around the visitor center, comes up to you to answer your question. Says, "Well, the grounds of retribution. That is a place to go cleanse. There's this nice pond here, and it's like this park basically. It takes up 4 blocks or so." And it's this nice park, and people say that if you go into the water there, you'll be absolved of all sins. It's kind of a little bit superstition, but it is a very beautiful park, and I definitely recommend checking it out if you're just going for all the sights and attractions. Kiyasi,
I don't
but
think we need that.
the reason why it's called the Grounds of Retribution is because people have the superstition that it'll absolve you of any sins if you get in the water. So you'll see a lot of people swimming.
Christian coded.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Hey John, what is this? What is this Funnel Mania thing? It looks like a bunch of big guys on the poster. They kind of look like you. Do you know anybody?
I freeze. I just kind of wind. The sound of wind blows through my helmet. I go. I don't know, man. I don't know what that is.
It'd be kind of fun. You want to try it?
Yep. You know, maybe. Yeah.
All
I
right.
feel like
It's
we've
only
never
in 3
seen John
days.
stare this intensely at something before.
I'll turn to John. Why are you acting weird?
What do you mean?
Do you think they let animals in there? You think I could turn in? Would they let me in, and would I be able to be an animal, or do I have to fight as like a person?
I don't want to misread you, so I'm gonna talk to you, Alex, for a moment. Sounds like he seems scared, no? Like
Well, he's a little. Yeah, he's scared.
Yeah,
He's thinking
okay.
about
I
the
It's
just-
dream.
a dream.
I didn't want
Yeah.
to. I know. I didn't want to project.
His only understanding of this event is that 1, he was excited because it's a fight, and now 2, he had a dream that was going, "Hey, you're gonna lose. Don't go there."
I didn't want to project my knowledge of the dream onto.
Yeah.
So
No,
yeah,
you're good.
I will say. Like, I've never seen you seem scared of anything before, John.
I'm not. Hey, I just I wanted to check out the markets first. And as far as Felix's question about animals, probably. I mean, I've been to other events like that, and they usually let in, like, I don't know, yetis or gorillas all the time. So
on that point, I'd like to mention one thing. Let me pull up the lore. Don't worry, real quick. It lists out the rules on the flyer,
No gorillas.
and the rules.
Damn.
There are only 3 rules: is you can't
Okay.
leave the ring, you can't harm anyone that's not in the ring, and you can't interfere with the clerics or the referees. Those are the only rules.
what else does it say? Is it because it said
Yeah, or have
Funnelmania?
fun.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, some extra information about Funnel Mania. It only happens every 400 days, is what it says on the flyer. There's no combatant limit, so as many people can sign up to it as they can. Winner gets 5,000 gold and a championship belt, and it's winner take all, which is unlike the other funnel the matches at the funnel, which is also.
Wait, we could
something
get
that happens.
5,000 gold? Wait,
It's winner
I'm
take
signing
all.
up for this.
No, Sean can get 5,000 gold.
What do you guys want
No.
to go check out?
Steven, you gotta answer the question, Steven. My idea. My time is waiting.
John, I've been training for the last few days. I feel like this is a perfect chance for me to test my strength.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna.
Uh,
Yeah, do it.
Turlon,
All right.
I'm gonna. Is there
We'll
anything
be
else
there.
you wanna?
Turlon turns to you. John looking like they're about to start laughing. And they'll say, "I'm sure we're going to make it look like a piece of funnel cake." And they like look
Get
at
'em.
you expectantly.
There's a
is
sound
that?
of stone on stone as John's head turns towards you, and he just goes, "I do not understand a word you just said." And you know, I kind of want to check out the nets. You know, that seems kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, we got 3 days, so we can go look around.
And then don't forget, we got to figure out about this Gatch guy. So, you know, I'm not. The funnel, you know, is probably just. I'm not interested in the funnel. So,
We'll get
I'm
to
gonna
it.
wait when you say. I didn't want to cut you off. But when you said I don't understand a word of what you just said, Turlon turns to Vita and just kind of makes a light shrug.
And I shrug
Yeah,
back
yeah,
because I
sure,
don't know what funnel cake means.
Yeah, let's go. It's a
Some
Wisconsin delight.
Watat thing.
Mhm.
We're too southern to know.
Yeah, sure. Let's go to the nets.
Wait, I want to look.
I have to. We can do something else, man.
I want to look for the purple people group. Is there any signs of that anywhere?
You think they advertise that?
You
Like
do
it's
not.
a,
You
like
do
it's
not
a
see any
self-help group?
signs, but it
Maybe.
seems like you could ask somebody about it. But
I'll
there's
grab
no, like,
somebody.
active signs. Okay. Yeah. Ask. What do you say?
Have you seen anyone like me around? A group?
Let me make a roll.
Where do I go?
Like me?
Like people in Africa.
Yeah, I love how vague it is, but fully understand it. Let's go.
You seen any of the purpers?
This
You can't say that, man.
This female elf looks at you and says, "Oh, you mean like, were you banished and you came back? Is that what
Yes.
you're referring to?"
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Where are they?
I had to look this up just 15 days ago. There was someone else asking about it. But they are. I know that they meet only every 10 days. I can't remember which days they meet. But. I scrolled past it, sorry. But they meet at the Podsy Center in Soilison.
Look, lady, you're just gonna have to stay with us and lead us there. I don't know where that is.
I don't think she has to do that.
She says, that is quite a distance away. If it was much closer, I maybe would, but it's in the Soilison area. I can look up the exact address of the center if you'd like.
Sure.
That'd be a
The
huge
least
help.
you can do.
She's kind of looking through her stuff, and she says, it is on South 30th Street and on East J Avenue.
All
So
right.
it's about right here. I'll make a
Bye-bye.
little star on the map.
That's far as hell.
I also have. Okay, this is my last question about the city. I want to like find a visitor center worker and be like, hey, my friends and I were very social people. What's like we're looking for some place to stay while we're in Kiyasi. What is like a good inn, halfway house, whatever, that is like around like a lot of not just taverns, but like social gathering places, you know?
Oh my
Talk
gosh.
to people, that type of stuff.
What kind of people are you looking to be around? Are you looking to be around like important people? Because then I would recommend within the rings, because there's lots of important people. But if you're looking more just for a casual night out on the town, I'd recommend probably the docks somewhere, like Rolla's Place.
Docks.
That's pretty. That whole strip is known for, they got casinos, all the resorts are there. Lots of crazy stuff occurs at the place. So it's really pick your poison. What are you looking for? If you're looking
Gotcha.
for
All right, well.
more quiet, then I would choose really any of the districts, not on the water or within the ring.
All right. I think the docks will be the best fit for us. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Alrighty. All right, fellers.
It's about 10 in the morning. Are y'all splitting up? You're all going anywhere specific? What's happening?
So,
Yeah,
do
we've got
we?
quite the list.
Could go.
So,
Getting up.
do you want to go check out just like the banished persons meeting group to see if they have like a schedule, and then try and go find like a place to stay on the docks? I think if we're trying to find like information that people have on Gatch, we should probably go there.
Okay.
Good deal.
Yeah, and that's where we're likely to find the carnival too. So
It's also
Like
probably
a-
where most of the visitors are going to be, so like people from out of town that might have like a better idea of some.
I can
Yeah.
warp step really quick and get there, I think.
the rest of us need to catch up to you.
Well, you don't have to, because it's like kind of the way, so like I can run and get the address and time and come back.
All right, then we're
Either way.
gonna. Let's see. The closest one for us is
Or we could all
the-
walk there, I don't care.
Yeah, why shouldn't we let Vita go off alone? Why don't you go ahead?
Yeah, actually, wait a minute. No, let's
Y'all
just go
could all
together.
split
Vita. I
up.
think we
Y'all
should.
could all split
No,
up.
no, Vita. I think
All
it'd be best if we just took our time with this one. You know, we're moving so fast all the time. Let's just enjoy ourselves here.
And
All
there is
mouth, all mouth,
this-
thank you to Felix.
There is the School of the Gifted, I think me and Felix would really like to see tomorrow, just saying.
Oh yeah. What's?
Because we're gifted.
What's its the implication that John and I aren't gifted?
Yeah. In a different way.
In what way, Vita?
Well, that's what the school tell us. But they're
Yeah, I
number
guess.
8.
Fine, it's fine. I understand.
They're
not
number
sure.
8 on the map,
I'm not
which is
sure I
on the way to
follow
the
Vita,
dock.
if I'm being honest with you.
Okay, well you can come too, I guess.
we will all find out whether or not we are gifted.
While we're walking in whichever way. Okay, this is okay. My notes here from a year ago, not the right one. I want to just kind of like get some key details about funnel mania, like based on the flyer that was
Sure.
posted. Just kind of reading it while we walk. Just kind of like, when is it happening? Who's participating? You know, what can I expect? Just any information I can glean from the public info.
Just like reading it, I'll say that it is happening, based off the flyer, it is happening on the 24th, which is in 3 days from now. So it's the 21st right now, the morning of the 21st. Based off the flyer, it does say that there are matches at the funnel every day, but this one will kind of replace the normal matches on that day. Happens every year. There's no combat limit. Normally, it wouldn't say this on the flyer, but I'll say that normally thousands of people sign up. That's on the flyer. So there are lots of people that sign up for Funnel Mania.
Oh my fucking god.
But, most of them you'd imagine are kind of just trying to get the best prize, and then they instantly get knocked out, so.
Do they have a running champion?
Who's the headliner?
That definitely would say it on the flyer. It would not be, there would be no caricature, because it's not like going to be picture, but there is just one line and say, will the Shock win his 5th Funnel Mania in a row?
Whoa.
The Shock.
We gotta take this guy down.
As a
Why?
player, I so desperately want to do Funnel Mania. It's not even funny. I want to do this so bad.
As a player, I agree, but as a
Oh
character,
my god!
why do you have to take down the Shock?
I just
Oh, it's
Can-
because of the Storm Hunters.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he has the belt,
Mhm.
so I think that's like the trophy you get.
This is what
Last
I've been
time I
trained
lost to a
for.
guy with the name The before their name, I got my ass whooped, so I'm kind of...
It was a close battle.
think-
it was a close battle.
I do
guys
want to go.
think that
I do
nouns
want
are
to go
pretty
check it out.
powerful.
I do want to go check out the funnel and just see
We're
what
a
it
couple days
is.
away.
But I got to know more. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I had a really bad dream, and I was in the funnel. This is just what I remember from 2 weeks ago while kind of being tipsy.
Mhm.
I was in the funnel, and basically the dream ended with someone saying, "You're not ready for the funnel. Don't come here." And that kind of rattled me, man. That kind of rattled me. So
It's
Do you
totally
think-
fine.
Do you think it's a manifestation of your self-doubt, or it's like
I
an
don't,
outside force
all
telling
my
you, trying
dreams
to
have been
scare
kind of
you?
fucked up recently. I had a dream about Gatch, and it was kind of symbolic. I had, other things that are kind of symbolic of my past.
Oh,
It might be doubt. It might be a manifestation of doubt, but I won't know until I go there. So I just need to see it. But
All right.
let's. I'm not really keen on getting there super quickly. So if we can go to the purple
Right.
people place and then
Yeah, let's do that.
your special school, I don't mind that.
And the dogs.
And the docks,
At the docks.
The
dude.
docks is
Stormwatch.
like, I'll be like, yeah, the docks is probably like the last place we can go. I think that's where we're gonna be looking for an inn, so we can do everything we want on the town first, and then when we're like ready to settle up, we'll go to
Also,
the
that market. There was a market Steven mentioned.
That's all
docks.
the way
That
over the top
desk
right
worker
there.
Steven, he was a real helpful guy.
Hey, that's me.
That's me. That's his name. That's me.
What do you
Do we have any trouble getting to the banished people thing, or can we just walk down this road and nothing awful happens to us?
It depends on what you want to do on this
You
road.
sound like you expect something awful might happen to us. What's that about?
I just want to go there.
The
I don't
Aussie
wanna
has
fuck
really
with
bad
anything.
redlining. All the purple people are put into horrible
Mhm.
locations.
They're all west
Gerrymandering
of
in
the river.
Kiyasi is actually crazy.
I will say, along the way, you all would notice that 15 is Temple Square. Excuse me. And if you're trying to find a temple to a religion of some sort, it would probably be there.
Where's that?
I could have told you that.
in the hill.
Oh,
And so if you're trying to find the temple to Kahar, that could happen at any point. That's not important. I'm just saying.
I'll
it's
circle
along the
back
way.
on that one.
Yeah, it's along the
Put a
way.
pin in that.
Okay.
We have so many.
I should also put to the
things.
druid something. We're here for a couple days. Doesn't matter.
Okay, so it is about 6 miles away.
Are
Jeez.
there like
Should I step
carriages, or can Felix summon horses?
I think I might have already done that.
We've had the long couple of days. Let's just hire a carriage.
Yeah, they got a taxi service.
Yeah,
I'll flag down a
Steven,
carriage.
what's the public transportation situation like in Sumia, like in general?
in a city like this, I can guarantee
Or
there's
slash
people all
fucked
around
carriages?
that are just, it's just like the bicycle people in cities, just like constantly
Oh,
trying
fuck
to, hail you down. So you could absolutely get a carriage. I'll say it'll
Yeah.
cost you freaking 5 silver. No, that's way too much. 2 silver.
I will
I got
pay.
this.
Oh, I said it first, dude.
All right, fine. You spend money. I don't.
Fine.
Sure, man.
Dude.
You got me.
Whatever, dude.
Feed my ass.
All right.
Fuck
So
you.
it'll take you about an hour to get there on a carriage. So now I'll say, are y'all just showing up and you're all going together to the banished people?
Traffic
Oh.
on South 30th, 35th Street's crazy. But yeah,
That's crazy.
All right, I'll pull up.
Mhm.
And I'll say, as you are riding through the city, it is very organized. I mean, you all saw it on the map. But this section of the city, there are kind of the breaks where there's this large main road that seem to be kind of organically placed, or, seem to be there before the blocks were created. But, with it being organized, every single block, however, it doesn't really show it on the map because I didn't put the work into doing that. But every single block looks, different. There are some that are obviously residential. As you kind of get closer to these, like the names on the maps, it is more built up. There's more floors. The floors of the buildings get to, 10, 15 floors higher in the sky as just more use was needed for them. But then in other areas, it's just more residential. Maybe it's, just single houses. But each of these blocks are quite large. I mean, you can measure them in the map if you wanted to, but you are seeing a variety of styles. As you're going, you are going through the hill area of Kiyasi, which is aptly named. It is a large hill where a lot of buildings are all the way at the top of it, and so you kind of go up this hill and then down the hill into the Solacin district. But you get to the center. I've already forgotten the name, the Potsy Center. And it appears to just be kind of a community center building. It's probably about 6 stories tall, all made out of wood. And you see on the front of it there is a sign that says all the various clubs and organizations that kind of meet there. And you do see that basically from around 11 to 3 every day, it is reserved for the banished revenants on the 4th floor. And so you basically know the room, and they are there every day, it seems like. And so do you want to head on in?
Like 11 right now, right? Should be
Yeah,
starting.
it's 11.
Let's walk on in there.
Okay.
Do you want us to come with you, Vita, or do you want us to...
You guys can come.
Okay, cool.
If we feel like we're impeding, we'll excuse ourselves.
I don't know these people, so I don't really care.
You make it up to the 4th floor and you find the room, and
Dude.
as you open up the door, it looks to kind of be like a classroom type room, and all the chairs are kind of set up towards the front where there's like a desk and a podium. Very classroom-esque, and sitting at the desk, currently there's no one else in the room, but sitting at the desk is a very short, older, gnome-ish woman, who is, just wearing normal leathers, but you can see very distinctly that she has very similar skin to
That
Vida.
bug was there.
And she's sitting there, and she kind of looks up at you all entering the room, and she says, "Oh, hello, how can I help you?"
I think it's a little obvious.
All right, Vita.
She kind of smiles at you
Be nice.
as she says, "Oh,
We need to get you a
are you
lesson
looking-
in manners."
Are you looking to join the banished revenants?"
Yeah.
Well, fantastic. Well, we meet every day that ends in 2, so we'll be meeting tomorrow, but
What?
I normally stay here just in case there's people like yourself who come here, because, I mean, if you're new to it, you wouldn't know every day that we meet. So I come here during the middle of the day to see if people are looking out for it. But if you want anything to talk about, I mean, if you want to know anything about the group, I'm happy to let you know about it. There's no fee to enter. It's fully open for everybody, even... she kind of gestures to the rest of you all, even the rest of you, if you wanted to join and, listen in, but it's mostly for us that have been banished before.
I have a question for Dylan. Did Vita tell the others about his dream?
Which stream?
The
The
one
one
The
with
one where
Kahar?
you got, the one where you got stuck in the dream for 48
Oh.
hours.
Oh yeah, that was when I woke up and attacked Turlon.
Yeah. Did you tell us afterwards, about the bug?
I think so. Yeah, I said there was only a bug
Okay.
there. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna, as John now. I got a question.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have any members of the group that are bugs?
She kind of squints her eyes. She says, no. No one who's bugs, but we do have a variety of ancestors.
is
No one
bugs.
who's bugs.
No one.
No one who's a bug. Well, sorry, what are my manners? My name is Lapola. And she kind of gets up out of her chair. She comes over to shake each of your hands. And she goes to
Hi,
Vida
Lapola.
first. And she says, "What's your name?"
Vida.
Vida. Well, nice to meet you, Vida. And she shakes the rest of your hands.
What's your
Uh,
real name, Lapola?
She
God
kind of squints her
alive,
head,
Vida.
and she says, "Are you referring to what my name was in my past life?"
That's right.
My name in my last life was Brat.
Rot.
But
That's
you
it?
know, I'd imagine you know the experience that, well, whoever was in the past life, that really isn't us anymore now, is it? So, I'm sure that Brat did many a thing, and, well, I know that Brat did many a thing. I mean, the people that brought me back, my brother brought me back, and, well, he was expecting Brat and instead got someone who had been within that awful place for many, many millennia. But, now I'm Lapola.
Okay. Well, is there anyone that's doing Funnel Mania that's part of this group? Because
Her eyebrows
that's
gotta
kind of
go
what
up.
I'm interested.
Not that I know of, to be honest with you. I don't think that there's anyone in our group is really interested in wrestling like that. I know that some of us have gone and viewed the matches, so maybe when we meet tomorrow, you can come and ask and see if
Okay.
people are willing to join or at least watch it.
That's all I need.
Participating?
Hmm?
Are you participating?
Oh, I'm not the fighting type. I've never gone and done anything at the funnel.
All right.
That's all I need from you, Apollo.
Well, are you going to be coming tomorrow?
Yes, he is.
I don't know.
She kind of just looks between the two.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Why would I come, Lapola? Win me
Well,
over.
Everyone in the group has been through a similar experience to you, I'd imagine. I mean, have you had dreams of a place that's an infinite white plain and black void above, and nightmares about staying there forever and having a past life that people have expectations of things that have happened to you? It's very,
We know all about it. It's
very,
okay.
very draining experience. So it's very cathartic for people to, talk about it with others and see how they vary and our thoughts on the matter. And I mean, we just had a new person who joined last week. I'm hoping that he joins this week. He was quite the quiet type.
It's not Vines, is it?
She kind of squints her head. No, his name wasn't Vines. He was a Dragonborn man. Do you happen to know him?
Program?
Siskin? The Dragonborn I know.
It's super not Siskin. We don't know him. There's no.
Oh, alright.
No, his name was Hota. But no, not Siskin. But he's joined, and he said he would come tomorrow as well. So you can maybe.
Alright.
I mean, are you relatively new when you came back? Or are you? Were
He's
you
a fresh,
returned
new
a long time?
1-month-old baby.
How
Yeah.
long ago was it? Now. Yeah, it's been about 50 days. 60 days.
Been about 50 days, lady.
Well, then that's very fresh. Well, you seem to be quite acclimated. I know some people, when they come back, it takes them a time to get back into society and learn the ways of people, especially when people have
What, Felix,
expectations
what?
of their past lives.
Felix made a face at that.
I didn't do. No, I didn't. What are you talking about? I'm standing behind you. No.
The hater. The
The
hater.
hater.
The hater.
You should come tomorrow, though. It'll be
I'll
good.
come.
We normally have, a good 12, 15 people. Not everyone comes every single week, or not every single meeting, but we have a good turnout, and I bring snacks, and it's a fun time.
I'll come. Let's just say nobody's gonna be hiding anything come tomorrow.
Well, that's good. We're a very open group, and we like to share our experiences.
Alright. We'll see.
That's good, Vita. I think you got maybe 2 out of 15 of those responses right from a social interaction perspective.
Well, it was
I'm
nice.
leaving.
It was nice to meet you, Vita, and hope to see you tomorrow.
Alright.
And you all are welcome to come as well. And she kind of gestures to the rest of you.
Definitely
Thank
won't
you.
be, but thank you.
Thank you.
So now what? Are we gonna see if we're all gifted?
Do you wanna?
This was kind of my thing. You guys can pick now.
I looked to you as we're walking out. I felt so interested in this whole purple people thing. Why were you so cold to her?
I wasn't cold. I liked her quite a bit.
Vita?
You-
All right, that's
You're
actually very good insight, Vita. So I've been thinking about this. So I think that, to put it very simply, when you do something that is socially kind of a faux
What?
pas, I'm just gonna thump you in the back of the head. Some real like tactile learning experience,
You're
alright?
called-
I don't think there's anything wrong. I think everybody likes me.
You have a
I know.
really curt. You have a really weird manner of speaking. You're just kind of you know. I'll be honest. You kind of come off as rude.
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, I think we should keep asking every person we talk to what they think, and then we'll get a consensus.
Yeah. I'd be fine with that.
Have you considered that we, the three of us, not having been brought into this world a month ago, might know more about social interactions than you?
It
I
might be
think
good
there's
for
a
you to.
lot to it.
Honestly, I feel like we're the only people you've been interacting with since you came back. It might be good for you to like talk with other people for a little bit.
I think when we go on
Right.
information gathering this evening,
Fine.
you should go out and your
Let's get-
goal would be to try to make a friend
That's
on your own.
That's gonna be hard as fuck, dude.
really funny. We'll get you. I have more of that triple X stuff in my bag. You can have a sip of
Yeah,
that.
you can
before
drink,
you
it's
go
fine,
out.
but-
Yeah.
I don't need it.
Also-
I'm gonna come back with 10 friends. I don't know
Okay.
I need to get water. I'm dying of thirst. I'll be right
why
back.
you guys are worried about this. That's
really
fine.
funny.
The hydrator.
I don't know what you're talking about. I thought I loved her.
Yeah, she's great.
That's so good.
Well,
So where are
were
we going?
delusional Vita.
Where are we going now?
Many are asking this.
The gifted.
You're
Where is
calling him
A?
autistic Vita.
No, I thought I was being pretty nice just then. Yeah. No, I was being chill there. I was being really chill.
So the school for the gifted is in Ralaband.
Hey, will you be there? Will you be there tomorrow? Why would I do that?
What the hell are you talking about?
Yes,
Let's
dude.
take a carriage back to Ralavand, my treat,
Can you
and
bring
then
that? Can you bring that?
we can
Sorry.
go to the Nets.
I'm looking at
Uh,
the
it's-
giant fucking map.
It's in the bottom.
Okay, Ralaband.
bottom
There,
left.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's an 8. It's the school for the. This is such
Oh
a
yeah,
stupid name.
yeah. Let's take the caravan. You got the caravan this time, John?
I got it. Yeah. How much is it?
This one would be 2 silver. Similar distance.
Okay, it's 2 silver.
It's 2 silver.
It's 2 silver.
Dude, all
Before we take the caravan, I'm going to go see if I can find a newspaper. Steven, you already know what I want to do.
you already know. Yeah.
Steven, you already know what I want to do.
Give me.
Where are my Watatian papers at, and/or Watatian articles in Kihiasian papers?
Give me that perception check with
You
that
know I percept the.
with that little extra information bonus.
Yeah. What do I have for that?
I think it's a +1. It's one of your feats.
I'm adding it. The adder.
Dude, this song in my thing.
35.
Hell
Oh.
This song in my thing is
oh.
called Friendly Woodwinds. And I was expecting it to be friendly, but it sounds sad.
It's kind of sad.
But
So
now
after
we're
this,
back to
ready for my
friendly.
hummus away.
Hummus. Are you doing that first, or are we doing info first?
You know what? Sure. Let me return my hummus to its rightful fridge, and perhaps Alex will be back.
Wait, which one? The timing is
Perfect timing.
Mm-hmm.
I hear you, Alex.
Putting hummus in
Why
the
don't
fridge.
you can you translate? I know he's leaving. Can you translate the next line of the thing? Because I'm sure he'll do that today. Just to.
Yeah, I don't know if. Yes, for how much I gave you, it was for the days, and this was a new day. So yeah, I'll give you all another line.
Just to do something.
I'll give you all another.
The
line. Yeah, sure.
returner.
I'll give you all another line real quick.
I'm assuming Turline would translate the line of.
I've been doing it on the day,
There we
every
go.
day. I honestly thought I already got mine today.
No, I
'Cause I
think
thought we did that at
we,
the morning.
we did
of
4
this day.
days. We did 4 days, and it was 5 days of travel. So it should have been.
Most superb. I would like another one.
All right, so I'm going to
Another
edit
one.
the notes in the notes channel. I'm going to edit the message. Live longer than mere moments and would make
it epic.
There we go. Save. So the next is they would live longer than mere moments and would make their own decisions without the Alkas's input. This. So just a little bit more thoughts
Think about
on this Alkas shit. Crazy stuff. So you rolled to see stuff about the Wetot Empire.
yes, the researcher.
And I will say that based off of that roll, you do find some of the articles, and most of them are, from an outside perspective, looking at the Wetot Empire, that there's a little bit more unrest, a little bit more crackdown on people kind of trying to leave the Wetot Empire. But you do actually find just a small little building that kind of seems to be like a Wetot, not thrift store, like a place that is all about Wetot. I don't know, like an enthusiast. Yeah, exactly, an enthusiast about it. And so you go and chat up the guy. Maybe he left a long time ago in the last era, but he still likes to collect stuff about it. And I'll say that he smuggled in a recent newspaper that talks about.
We eating good.
That talks about a group of 4 people that you've already heard from. What was his name? Sir Ross, the head of the Veinbreakers. You see that there is a group of 4 individuals named the Usurpers that have just been named as advisory roles within the Empire for the Emperor, the King.
Another party?
And so that based off of what
The guys called usurpers roles in the government.
it's crazy. What's on Empire?
Is that our group of 4? Because we helped usurp the previous, like the one from Kevin's one shot.
So what you learned from from what's his name, Sir Ross, is to look out for the usurpers, because Sir Ross used to be a level 9 underneath 10. And he said he was like the right-hand man, but now there are 4 level 9 people that are underneath underneath level 10, and they are simply called the Usurpers. And so that name's, comes shocking back into your mind, and it's very odd, like everybody's thoughts were, that they are now advisory roles underneath the king.
There were no names published?
No
The
names.
leopards surely won't eat my face.
You guys see me after maybe 15 minutes. I walk back with an unusual newspaper. Do I get some freedom to describe the newspaper? Steacher? Cool, thanks. Sorry for saying Steacher. Steve and I were with Octu for too long. I gotta get out of my system.
Nope, that's in my brain now.
Steacher.
So I walk back with what looks to be a Watatian Times, a bit furled up, seems to be quite wrinkly, but I pull out an article, and I walk up, and I hand it to you guys, and you guys see an article about the usurpers taking control of the King's Advisory Council. Didn't Sir Ross warn us about these people?
I will never understand politics. But yeah, I think so.
What did Sir Ross... Did he mention anything while I was there with the Veinbreakers about the usurpers?
Not while you were there, no, but just based off y'all's conversation, it was just in line with the conversation that the 10 Cuts has grown. Basically, it was the answer to that question is there used to be 1 level 9 person, and it was him, and now there's 4. And it was not gone into detail of why they're called the usurpers.
just remembered Sarman. I just remembered Sarman exists, and I got really unhappy.
The fact that there's a non-zero chance we'll have to fight Sarman someday.
If there is a man-eating minotaur, a fucking gambling addict gnome, Sarman, and I'm sorry,
There's
I'm
no
blanking on the last
description for some. Arcus is the fourth.
Arcus.
Arcus.
The
Oh,
barbarian.
Steven knows. He's been thinking about it. He's been thinking about it.
Oh, don't you worry.
Fucked up.
I got their names. I got their names.
If it is those four, we have to stay far away from the Watat Empire for a while, I think.
I don't want to get anywhere
go to
near
Watat.
Starman or Arcus, dude. Oh my
It's
god.
a shitty place.
It's fucked up.
They're level 9 now. dude.
Hungry. Meat.
Oh no. It is the usurpers. It is.
I love the group.
Good thing, good thing.
Yeah,
Yes.
I forgot that. I love the group.
That's,
I like to think that they didn't actually tell Sarman what their group name was, and they were like, "Yeah, just work for us." And he's like, "Okay."
Oh, I forgot how he talked.
Everyone would be
Oh,
like,
deal
"So
with
you work for
that.
the 10 Cuts?" And he's like, "What the fuck is that?
Talking about, man.
The
Yeah.
group.
What are you talking about? Shut up."
I like how the this continent we're on is like awesome, full of whimsy, the burst, the funnel, other such
Yeah.
things. Meanwhile, Watat's got the 10 Cuts and Sarman,
Mhm.
and just the usurpers
Like an
and
enemy.
Grim. It's bad. It's
I
bad,
love
dude.
it.
Anyway, good thing we don't know anything about Sarman.
Good thing.
we're never
you
gonna
just,
have
you
to go
just
there.
know about the usurpers, dude. That's all you need.
Yeah, all we know about is the usurpers. So I'm gonna say it's not good to see that they've grown so much. I'm glad
That's
to be
fine.
staying away from that.
It's not on our continent, so it's not our problem.
I found a Watatian. Oh god, it's coming back.
Vita isolation.
I
is
found a
wrong.
Watatian store. A guy who used to live in the Empire before the era change. Had collected a bunch of goods. Steven, did you have crime bread?
Like
He had
cultural
a
stuff.
he had a selection of snacks, yeah, some Wetot snacks, and I'll say cranberry.
How much for crime bread?
Freaking this guy. This is how he makes money, so it's overly priced, but it's a silver per cran bread.
Awesome, I
way
give him
too
2
much.
silver.
Hell yeah, 2 cran.
You guys see me. I open up my cloak and I pull out what looks to be a paper wrapped baguette type thing. He had cran bread. I pull the paper down and I wave it towards all of you. Cran bread.
I forgot if I liked it or not when I ate
Yeah,
it in that
cranberry.
cafeteria.
I'm alright.
I think it was
I'm
right down the
okay.
middle for you, Vita. I don't.
Yeah, I think that's right.
I'm alright. I don't really want anything.
Tastes fine.
More for you.
Would you like a bite, Vita?
Yeah, I'll take one.
It's just
I handed to Vita to rip off a piece, and I rip off a piece myself.
It still tastes
keep walking.
fine.
Keep
Yeah.
walking to the caravan.
It's a little stale, but that's okay.
So where are we going, guys?
The
Are you going to the
school.
gifted, the school for the gifted?
Okay.
Then you all make your way to Sylvie's school for the gifted, which is in Ralavand. And Ralavand is, you notice there's a lot more stone buildings here. It seems to kind of be older, more structurally sound, I guess. But as you are also walking closer, I mean, y'all have not been close to the sea or to this body of water, and as you do, you notice it is getting noticeably windier whenever you are kind of walking through the avenues. Just because you are getting much closer to the beach, you are maybe only like half a mile away from the beach now. So it's nice and windy, but there's lots of stone buildings, and you, as you are kind of getting closer to the address that you know based off of the map, you see a building that you can only guess has to be the school for the gifted. It is a massive cathedral type building. Excuse me. Huge tower in the front of it with a massive glass circular window. And it is, has all of the buttresses. It looks almost like, like Notre Dame cathedral type building, but it's entirely made out of stone. It seems to be much older than all of the other buildings around. And you notice also that it is kind of gated off around. Like there's a large courtyard. It takes up the entire block, and if I'm remembering correctly, I think the blocks are like 250 feet by like 750 feet. So it's like a football field by like 2.5 football fields. So it is very large building, but there's a large courtyard, and it's gated across the entire, all the way around. But you kind of walk towards, and you see that there is a gate on the entrance, and there are some guards. And I'll say the fence around is just like iron bar fence that goes up about like 12 feet, kind of with like these brick pillars every 10 feet or so. Just a very standard fence with like these like those like metal spikes on the top of it, of each of the metal poles. But you do notice there is a gate that is currently closed. There are some guards in front, and you do see there's kind of a little bit of a line, like 2 or 3 people that are kind of talking to kind of a greeter there as you all approach. Is there anything you do or say?
So, are there any informational pamphlets that they're just have there? There's no chance for any of those, right?
I'll say that if you do walk up, you do see that there is kind of like a little bulletin board and some pamphlets about the school. You see also a very clearly labeled section for application forms. It appears to be kind of closed off currently. And as you all also approach, you do notice that there are people in the courtyard. Some are chilling and like kind of just on picnics, but there are also ones that are seem to be kind of sparring, like fighting with swords. Some are doing with fists, but it's like all spread out. It's like a big, the only thing I can think of is like the drill field, the lawn, if you want to be a UVA boy. Just this large open field where people are just kind of hanging out in. But there is a pamphlet and some application forms. And I'll say, if you do read the pamphlet, this appears to be a school, kind of just an introductory section about the school for the gifted. It was opened, I never actually put the actual date, but many eras ago. And it was founded by someone you can only expect to be named Sylvie, who back in that period, apparently in this area in Kiyasi, magic was kind of looked down upon, and so he decided to create a community and a school for those that have exceptional talent, either with the arcane arts or just in other areas as well. And because of that, created the school. It kind of grew larger and larger. Now it's kind of been confined. It used to be much larger, but it's now been confined to just this block, because all of these roads were added in later. And it seems like that if you want to apply, you have to go through a rigorous testing process. But they are you have to apply, and then you go through a series of tests to determine if you are gifted or not, and then you can just be let into the school and have access to all their resources. But they are open to the public every day from 3 to 5, just for roaming.
Are there
They
any
open the
notable
gates.
alumni of open from 3 to 5? Are there any notable alumni that like just a general member of society would be aware of from the school?
I'll have anybody who's interested in knowing it roll a society check, right? They don't have history checks.
I'm
just a
interested.
society
Calling it,
check.
I would not know a damn thing about that.
Yes. Can I get a Realm of Sumia lore check?
I think that would also be applicable here. A little bit different
Intelligence.
information.
0.
29.
For you, John, I'll say that just in your interest of people who have been very strong and in your studies before, there has been a name that you've kind of heard throughout just your time, it's kind of become an idiom almost at this point. And I'll say that, you know, Turlon, you would maybe even just have heard the idiom before. I would say maybe not Felix or Vita, but you would know that Doric the Grand is kind of a figure that was a very large and tall, like, think like Andre the Giant kind of like just figure, just someone who is very massive, and they were just, you know, a human, and they were ridiculed throughout their life, and it's kind of like a redemption story. So you do, you know, but it's kind of always just been like a tall tale, or like, you know, just like a classic story of, hey, you should, you know, always follow your dreams, because even if you're picked on, like, you can achieve anything. And he did all these feats of strengths and saved a bunch of people. And you do, you know, in the pamphlet it does have notable alumni, and one of them is Doric the Grand. I'll say based off your role, Turlon, I'll say you have definitely heard of Sylvie's School for the Gifted. Not because you know of any alumni, but I will say that the people that have gone to the Sylvie's School, one moment. Let me check
Momento,
something.
por favor.
Thunder.
One
Anyone else
second.
getting Thunder?
What beer are you drinking there, Kevin? Is that Kieran?
No. Oh, I like Kieran. I do like
How
Kieran.
do you like Kieran? It's Miller
this-
High.
Miller High
Oh,
Life.
living the high life. Let's go.
The
Life,
champagne
man.
of beers. I think it's so awesome that they call it the champagne of
Champagne
beers.
of beers.
Because
That-
it means nothing. It means nothing. And that's awesome.
It doesn't taste like champagne.
The Diamond of Rubies.
Oh!
It's funny.
Not last year, but the year before, I went to Magstock, which is Magfest, but at a campground, pretty much. And
Crazy.
that's pretty much all we drank, and we just kept saying, "Oh, hand me another champagne of beers," and then that was hilarious.
Yep.
And we would just crush those for like 3 days.
It does not get
Funny.
old to say. Give me a
It
champagne.
does
a
not.
champagne.
It was funny every single time for
And
all of those 3 days.
And dude, the fucking
It was
logo.
so good.
And on the box, they have a fucking like farm girl ass and like a red white skirt.
It's
Dude,
great.
it's epic. Dude,
It is okay beer.
Champagne of beer.
It's all right.
it's
Champagne.
it's pretty decent. It's my
Yeah.
favorite of the
Not bad.
cheap big brand beers.
But back to the info, Turlon, I'll say that you have heard of Sylvie's, but in the regard of kind of this esoteric knowledge, it seems to be within the same vein as that, as in, you know, everything that you've kind of been interested in throughout your life in terms of this esoterica has always been outside of the norm of regular arcana teachings and universities that even existed in the Wetot Empire. And so, just throughout your time, you've heard of this place as being kind of aligned with the areas of magic that are outside of the norm. Like, if you want to learn about, like, you know, just one of the main areas, like, you know, transmutation of arcana, like, you can go to a ton of universities, but if you want to learn the real niche stuff, this is the place for that. So I would say that is, you've heard it throughout Sumia as
It's like
a place that you
office
can go.
hours.
Uh,
I
it
just think
seems
they're open to the public like 3 to 5, but like, can I like go in and just chat someone up?
it says that if you want to access like resources, so you can only assume like libraries and stuff, you'd have to be a member
I want
of
to talk to like a teacher,
the
professor.
school. You probably could when they're open to the public. There's probably, you'd have to like find them, but it doesn't seem to be, based off the pamphlet, to be quote unquote open. It's just kind of like this very secluded place, and kind of for a reason. They kind of note it for protection of the students. You know, they don't want it to be open all the time. But yeah,
I want to I want to come back here later when they're open, see if they know anything about. And I tap my mirror. This kind of magic. I've heard of this place before. in my studies is something that might have information on that kind of thing.
That's great, actually. I didn't think we'd actually be able to find an institution that knows about this. That's good news.
We just have to be careful what we're talking about because, and I kind of like hush my voice and I look around. We know what discussing these things can. The implications. we know what discussing these things can bring. You have to be careful.
And
Do
it's
they
about
to come back to find something when they're open from 3 to 5? Or just me?
What'd you say?
Do any of you want to come back to check out the area in 3 to 5 when they're open to the public?
Yeah, if there's time, yeah.
Why not?
All right. The docks next.
Dock time.
Unless any of
Get
you
our-
have anything to take care of here.
Just get our Gatch formation.
Yeah, get our Gatch formation, and then we can
Gatch quest.
figure out what to do.
I have a sinking suspicion that, and I presume we start walking. I have a sinking suspicion that we will find at the carnival. And I kind of pause as I say that. Hang on. I just find a random elf.
Random
Okay.
elf.
A random
Yeah,
elf.
Okay, yeah, there's elves around.
Excuse me,
Plenty of those.
sorry.
Yes.
I say in Elvish.
Okay.
Do you
They
know
look
if there's
at
a
you
carnival
knowingly.
in town?
It says back to you in Elvish. Which one?
Melandriel's marvelous. I'm forgetting the third M.
Madhouse.
Madhouse. Melandriel's marvelous madhouse is what
I
I'm
forgot
looking
about the
for.
madhouse.
Are they stupid?
Hit the DC right on the money with that one. Says, yeah, I think I've heard of that one. They're definitely on the boardwalk. I think on the northern side of town. I've seen advertisements.
The
for them.
northern side.
Yes, yeah, around the West Dow's area.
You've not been there yourself, have you?
No, I have not. I'm not the carnival type, but I do like to walk the boardwalk from time to time, and they have many of those kinds of attractions there.
Well, thank you. And I say, we're new in town. Just trying to look for something fun.
Enjoy.
And you guys see me kind of walk off, speaking Elvish. And I nod, yes, the carnival's here. The docks, the north.
Sick.
Yes,
As we
what we
keep,
like.
as we keep
Okay.
walking, I say I left the carnival on fine terms. None of them know why I left. I'm going to try to keep things discreet. I'm not going to disguise myself, but if I run into a certain person that sparks a certain conversation, I may need to dip very quickly.
Also, holy shit, that's like the 4th empty carriage that has passed us by. Like, what do we have to do to flag these fuckers? God.
So you do eventually find a carriage driver, and the carriage driver asks you, "How would you like?" You're trying to go to Rolla's place, which is on the very north side of town. Of the
Yes,
docks.
I'd say that if we actually, I'd say maybe we should just direct them directly to the carnival.
Do you operate on the docks? I say to the driver.
Yes, yeah, they have a lane for the carriages on the boardwalk.
Oh, wow.
Big docks. Okay, cool.
Oh yeah.
Can you take us to Melandriel's marvelous madhouse? It's a carnival in the North Docks.
The what?
Let's see what he knows. Does not fucking know. I don't know where it is. It's on the northern boardwalk.
North Docks, yes. It's a carnival.
Take us to the docks.
If we pass by it, I'll be able to notice it.
Then I'll take you to the northern boardwalk. There's plenty of places to go. Do
Hey.
you want to go through the main city? Do you want to go through the rings or through the docks? There's many different ways of going. It's
Let's
depending
rack
on the
up
scenic route.
smallest charge.
Let's go around to the rings for now.
Through the ring would be the quickest distance, but it is also a little bit more hectic.
I don't think it's
A lot of traffic in the ring is the thing.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's the.
While we're moving, I'm gonna start talking to you guys. All right. Well, let me see. So Melandriel himself, actually, okay, yeah, you did have his gender. Melandriel himself is the ringmaster of the carnival. there's a host of other main events. And Turlot just seems to be like racking their brain. NNF, the head acrobat, she's excellent. There's a couple more acrobats. Ador, Assi, Rekir.
What does this have to do with Gatch? What are these acrobats?
Which one is which one?
Goyla,
Which one
the
was
beast handler, is the
Yeah,
one who had it.
I'll get into that. Look, I've been a bit removed from the carnival, but it is a great source of pride for me. They are my fellow companions, and they're all great acts. And then, just without skipping a beat, Rekir as well, Eleanor, and Kusem. There's a couple of John, you might like them. There's a couple of strong men, Fabris and Rutior. They could lift so much. And then our person of interest is Goyla, one of the beast handlers, working under Ahorgorin. She was one of the handlers of the smaller beasts in various acts. As a reminder, it seems, based on my memories and dreams, it seems like Gatch had something on her. I don't know exactly what.
Keep an eye out for.
Stephen, was I considered a main or side event?
You were a side event. Just like side event doesn't mean that you didn't, like, you just had your own like tent kind of on the outside of the like the main event was within the big tent and they had a whole act. And so you would entertain the passersby.
And I pull out my hero card deck and I did this.
Cool.
And I kind of like shuffle around some of the cards and show them off.
Okay.
You do a
If
bridge.
any of you ever want a hero card, I can do a bridge. I can do a pretty good bridge. If any of you ever want a hero card reading, let me know. And I kind of like stack them up. Charge a copper for it at the carnival, but it's free for you.
Damn.
Before I put them away.
I don't want one.
No. It is 3 silver
Now,
for the
Vito, was
ride,
that a
if someone
rude
could get
response or not?
No,
Oh,
I think
in
it
my
was
head.
honest. No, that's not thump worthy. Don't worry.
No thump.
Thumps.
I like
Not
to
yet.
thump.
Also, above board, the circus is full of different ancestries.
Yes,
Very
it's
intriguing.
Inclusivity win.
yes,
Sorry.
it's very different ancestors.
It's an all-elf circus.
Yeah, this
Wait, how
carnival
did
has...
Big Lon become a
It's
Big Lon?
only elves. Big lawn. That's crazy.
This carnival contains 3 different agendered performers who are not me.
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
My kind of carnival.
Don't worry though, the strong men.
Carnival
were
that has
strong
gay
men.
people in it. Let's go. Not too loud with my door open. Whoops.
What'd you say?
She can't hear me. It's fine.
It's quite possible they could have
Oh my God,
taken
Steven's
on
gone. What do we do?
more people. Well, I
I'm
was
the DM
gone.
now.
I'm gonna roll a D100.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll a D100.
Have any of you ever been to a carnival?
Oh,
No.
No.
Really?
we got a lot
Outside
of visitors.
Actually, I probably have. John
It's a
probably
lot
has.
of fun. It's a lot of fun. I think you'll enjoy it.
I was in a group that traveled around all the time, a trading caravan, so I've probably been to 1 or 2.
You got to hear Tholdor and Erildor sing. They can really sing a beautiful tune.
Do you have any bearded women?
Even with I don't see anyone labeled bearded woman on your list.
I mean, Thabris. No, never mind. They're male.
Thabris is
Are there
male.
any female dwarfs?
Um,
I'm not finding any female.
Yeah, I feel like in
no,
a fantasy
I'm
setting,
thinking
bearded
no.
women is a lot.
They're probably hyper common. Yeah.
oh, have you ever seen a ventriloquist?
A what?
They talk, but their mouth doesn't move.
Oh, no, I haven't.
No, I have.
You have to
Vita
check out
has.
Bakash. Or sorry, Odirin.
Wait, wasn't that
Weird.
kind of Ori? Ori would talk, but it didn't have a mouth.
But Ori is talking through magic. A ventriloquist, it is just a skill of the mouth.
Oh. Okay.
A skill of the mouth. Okay, it was 3 silver for the ride. Someone can take it.
The
We gotta
cab
get
driver's
that.
like, no, actually, you need to pay. Like, we're
All right.
We got
Jeez.
that realism
Hold on.
here. But on your ride, you once again are
What? No
just
tip?
going through various districts. It takes about an hour and a half to get there. This is a big city, and even at 6 miles per hour, which is what the carriage is going at, it's still, but it's a pleasant ride. And y'all are talking about carnivals the whole way. And as you start to get towards the beach, you see that there's a large beach area, as you can see on the map, and there is a massive boardwalk in the middle of it, and you can now see the docks in front of you. It is a sight. I'll say, just looking at the docks, there are the upper level docks, which are massive. Each of the wood docks are probably like 30 feet into the air, and they are off of the water, and they are like maybe like 100 feet wide at some places in time, like the dark brown ones you see on the map, and they have entire buildings on them. Not huge buildings, but like shacks and places to go, and this is where people stay, and this is where people have bars and things, and taverns and casinos and resorts and stuff like that. But then you also see just a huge network of all these docks that are right at the water level. And so they kind of look slippery. They're kind of not as laid out as the upper docks. They kind of have barnacles kind of growing on them, and you can see the ones that are more used than others. And there's little houses that are attached to them as well. But there seems to be kind of a separation between like the touristy nightlife, tavern upper level docks, and then there's these lower docks that it's not like lower class, but it's just where if you want to get from one place to another quickly, this is the straightest shot you can do it, right? Whereas, on an upper level, you're going to have to go through like main thoroughfares, and there's going to be a lot of foot traffic. But anyway, you all are on the docks, which is kind of just this huge beach that is on the side of the lake. There's this massive dock where a bunch of carts and caravans and people are walking down, and you can see that just across the beach, everything to you all are traveling north, everything to your right has some kind of, which you can only assume to be kind of like a temporary situation. You see lots of tents, not a lot of buildings. It seems like the general sense that you all get as you are traveling through, you may even hear like a conversation or like a shouting match between people. It's like, I claimed this space, I was here first. It seems to be like a first come, first serve kind of free-for-all of you can set up and solicit whatever you want, right, on this area. And then everything to your left is like your general beach where there's people, on the side of the water, and it's all very nice sand. So you are traveling along. You can only assume that at some point in time you are going to find see the tents that you are used to, Turlon, and I'll say you get along the way. It's around 1:30 in the afternoon, and you find your tents. I've marked it on the map. You can get off your carriage, and you are maybe about 100 feet. I'll describe the tents a little bit. The general aesthetic of these tents is they kind of have purple and pink accents on these large white tents. There's a huge central tent, as common in circuses, the big top, the big tent where all the performances are held. But there's a bunch of smaller tents kind of set up around it in a similar style that are for the smaller attractions. And Turlon, you had manned one of these basically. And some of them are
personed it, please.
You personed it, exactly. You occupied it, and some of the ones are more in the back, kind of towards the city, that to be more of the residential living quarters, where you all would sleep at night. And I'll say that something you notice just upon seeing it, and you'll note during the daytime, various performers may not be around. They would be out around just doing whatever they wanted throughout the city. The main event doesn't really start until the evening time. And it's not like one event where it's just like, oh, everybody come at this time. It's kind of just constantly going. It's just to stay for the few hours you can. and it's more of like a small little miniature version of like a festival. And they generally perform every night. But I will say, as you notice, as you're coming up, Turlon, all of you notice this, I'll say, is it seems to be kind of dead right now. Don't notice anybody outside of the tents, not even like passerbys. It seems to be kind of more of a dead area of the blocks, and you don't currently see anybody just from your current vantage point as you all are coming up.
So, I need advice here. What do you guys think is the best move? I try and disguise myself and find the person I want to talk to, or go in just as myself?
Probably yourself, because the fact that you were a part of the circus is the only thing that is going to get us a audience with this person in the first place. So I don't think if you walk in as a stranger that anyone is going to want to talk to us about sensitive information, which is what we need.
Alright.
Are you afraid of being recognized?
No, I just don't want to upset anyone. I left in a hurry.
I
that's
think
their
you'll
problem
probably be
to deal with.
alright.
Turlon just shakes their head. You're right. You're right. I just don't know how they feel with me having left so suddenly. But let's go talk to them. I'm gonna look for, I presume, Vatosh, the doorman. Notably, a woman.
Notably,
Inclusivity win.
I will say that you kind of begin to circle around some of the vents, and there's the general hustle and bustle of the crowd kind of in the distance, but it is kind of eerie. There's like no one here, and it starts to, get you a little nervous at first, but then you turn around a corner and you can see, first person you see, I'll roll a dice for this, why not?
Why the fuck not? Why the fuck shouldn't you?
Why the fuck not? I got numbers next to names. Alright.
Roller.
You see, next to you, a huge male dwarf. Now, taller than y'all. Probably about only 4.5, 5 feet tall, but just absolutely fucking jacked dude. Turlon, you know this to be Thobris, the strong man.
So wait, it's a dwarf with gigantism, so he's like a normal human size?
No, it's just his muscles are...
He's taller than all of us.
No, he's shorter, sorry. Y'all are taller than him.
Okay.
But he is still... Like, this guy is
Dwarf
short
with
and just
gigantism,
massive.
yeah.
He's like a
So-
square
That's
in shape.
actually a
Yes,
good
he's
concept,
a square.
yeah.
He's very square.
Awesome!
He's very square shaped, just
As wide
big,
as he is
dude.
tall. Let's
Exactly.
go.
And you just see that he's just currently lifting some just iron bars, just some weights, just kind of working out. That's the first person you see. He hasn't noticed you yet.
He's either making gains or he's not breathing. There's no.
Okay, I know I always say this messed up. My name to this guy is Sarnalor, right?
Now, Sarnalor is a different name. Let me
I
consider.
heard the SRAM sound and I got really scared.
Just
sorry,
kind of
yeah,
Fenar.
Sarn-
Fenar.
Right? Sorry, I
I'll-
did all the.
I will send you the full name.
Bro has like 5 names.
Too many names. There we
The namer.
go. That's awful.
Yeah.
You just see him just working out.
I say, John, that's just whatever. They're strong, man. I'm sure you'll like chatting them up.
Wait. DM, can I get a perception check on this guy and try to guess his max squat?
Sure. Give me
Or his max. You know what? I'll be fair. Max bench press because legs.
Yeah. Give me.
Does he have the chicken legs?
That's nice that you're being fair.
I'll say.
Surely I know
yeah,
his max bench, right? Surely.
From a while.
He
ago.
literally can't shut up about it, so.
Can't hear
Yeah.
y'all. I can't hear what Steven is saying at all.
Just give me a perception. I was thinking of doing athletics, but give me a perception. That makes sense.
Okay.
30 or 22. His bench press is what you're asking for?
Yeah, like his max bench.
It's 800 pounds. Is what his.
Over a ton.
No, a ton is 2,000 pounds.
What the fuck?
So 800 pounds. So
I'm gonna interrupt you looking at his chest dreamily, and just say,
Wow.
By the way,
That's pretty
call
good.
me, I like whisper, call me Fenar here. Fenar.
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 I take a big sigh. I just got to go talk to him. And I say out loud, I do know everyone in the carnival, right? Like, they would know me, right?
Yes, you
I just wanna make
recognize
sure I'm
this
not-
person. You were with them for what, like 2 years or something? You were.
Yeah.
They know you. Yes.
Is it Thabris or Thabris?
Thabris.
Thabris. I hesitate for like a good 5 seconds, and I just shake my head, and I call out, Thabris. It's Fenar.
He kind of looks. He's mid curl, and he looks over you, and you see his eyes go wide, and he just drops his weights, and he does this big yell, Fenar! And he gets up and he starts running over to you, and it looks like he's gonna do a big hug. He has a big smile on his face.
I put out my hands, and I say, and you see, I just kind of soften for a bit, and I hug him back.
Yep.
It's been a long 2 years.
Oh my gosh. What happened to you? You just up and disappeared. Are you okay? Oh, we're so glad that you're back.
I'm fine. Listen, and Turlon like kind of turns to you guys, and you see for maybe like the first time just like a real like genuine like sadness in their face, and they just kind of like shake their head. I wish I could stay for long.
What do you mean?
I don't want to endanger you. Something happened that made me have to run from the carnival. Some bad guys were after me. They showed up at the carnival the last day you saw me.
He kind of stands up straighter. Well, we could just beat them up. You know, how many bad guys are there? We have like, and then he starts to be like, we have like 20.
Yes.
No, we still have a good amount of people.
Turlon smiles. Yeah, Hetior's still there?
Which one?
Crowd control. Agender Yevon.
Crowd control. Oh yeah. ATR's still here. Stay.
I shake my head. They could wrangle so many people so easily.
Absolutely.
I put my hands.
We can
in
beat
my,
'em up.
in my hands. Not these people, I'm afraid.
Well, we got your new friends here. What are you Fenar's friends?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I like
No,
your
you're-
helmet.
Thanks. I like your
Oh.
I like your muscles. What were you doing over there? Curls?
Yep, just some curls. You know, it was bicep
Whoa.
day.
Yeah. A whole day for biceps. Wow.
Yup.
Well, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, we'll talk a little bit later because I like lifting weights. You like lifting weights. We got a lot in common. So
Yeah. Come on, Fenar, you got to see Melandriel. I'm sure there's some other people in here. You got to come to tonight's events. You got to do your card thing. It was your big thing. You got to do your cards.
Turlon laughs. It's been a little bit since I've done a hero card reading. But I think I could sit in and do some tonight.
Yeah,
Free of
yeah,
charge,
you
of
could.
course. Free
Yeah,
of
you
charge.
could. No, you'll still get part of the
Listen.
pot. You'll still get part of the
Love
pot.
this jock.
Listen, we do need to talk to Goyla.
To Goyla? Oh, yeah, she hasn't been feeling well. She's still in her tent. Her stomach hurts or something.
Whatever.
I turn to you guys with a bit of a grin expression on my face, and I mouth. I don't know, not the word yikes, but like certainly the equivalent vibe.
The equivalent vibe of yikes.
Yeesh.
I mean, she's not going anywhere.
Listen, these are my friends. I've been on the run for a little while now. This is John, Felix, and Vida, and I point to them in turn.
Yeah, he kind of what's the word for this? Waves. Oh, I'm Fibrous. Nice to meet you.
Oh, Fabris.
I can't stay for too long because I fear that I'm being followed. But tonight, one night, will be good, and I'm happy to stay.
He kind of looks behind you. I don't see anybody, and we'll keep an eye out. Don't worry.
Thank you. It means a lot to me. And I just kind of like I take off my purple coat and I just kind of throw it over my arm. Let's go say hi to Melandriel.
Yeah, and he kind of comes and pulls you, and I'll
I
say,
think, I think the three of you would like to meet him. He's quite the character.
Mhm.
Okay.
And I'll say, as you're getting there, you all do see Vitosh by the door of, or just the opening of the big main tent where you're being led to. Tosh is a female orc, probably about 7 feet tall, very very tall, and just kind of standing there. And she is just kind of looking around. She sees you as well, and her eyes kind of go wide. She says, Feynar, is that you?
Standing there like a statue, Natash.
What? And she just comes up to you and starts to go for a big hug. What happened to you?
I pat her on the back.
What happened? That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. No, you come on in. You got to meet everybody. You got to say hi to everybody. Let's go see
Hey,
Melandrio.
Wait, lady, no.
I thump him.
What? And she kind of
Try
looks
again.
at you, and there's
These are my friends.
there's a
I'm
moment
quiet
of her
now.
eyebrows being upset. Well, what's wrong? These are your friends. Well, nice
I'll
to
look
meet
at
you.
Felix.
What were you trying to say, Vita?
We don't have time to meet all of these carnival people. That
We actually
lady's
kinda do.
dying in a tent right now.
Look, there are certain unspoken requirements that we have to meet before we get what we want. This is one of them.
Okay.
Vitash, Neighbors told me that
Can't believe
Goyla's
Felix
not feeling well.
Vita's handler.
Did he mean ill, or did he mean just a little uncomfortable?
Oh, Goyla? Yeah, Goyla. She says her stomach's been hurting, and she hasn't really gotten out of bed in the past few days. Apparently, been throwing up. It's not exactly looking pretty. We've kind of cleared out her tent. We've got she kind of looks down for a moment. We have the room now, so she can be in her own tent by herself while everybody else sleeps. And so she apparently hasn't been feeling well for the past few days, but she's getting better. She's getting better. She'll come back.
Has he been good to you guys?
Did I say it good?
I said, has he been good to you guys?
She kind of takes a breath in. You should probably talk to Melandriel about that. The gist of it is we were here, and then we left, and the blizzard happened. It wasn't pretty. And then I'll say that Fabris kind of comes in. Yeah, some people were attacked. We were attacked by these crazy-looking wolves, and not a lot of people made it.
You see, Turlon does like a full 180 turn to you guys when they say that. I say, well, great news. We're after those wolves right now.
Thabris' eyes goes up. Can I join you guys? Dude, I'll beat the fuck out of those wolves.
Fabris, I might have just mentioned Fabris, but I think that your skills are best suited here.
What?
You're...
This guy's awesome.
Yeah, I know. He is.
I could beat him up.
Can't
I could
join
beat
us?
him up.
We'll talk about it, Fabris. We appreciate it.
Okay. Yeah.
I think someone needs to stay here to keep the carnival safe.
Exactly.
Melandriel's got the head on his shoulders. He'll know what to do. He'll know what to do. You go speak with him.
Yeah, Vitash, can you lead the way?
Yep.
And after we talk to Melandriel, we need to talk to Goyla.
Sounds good.
As we're walking, we don't actually have to have the conversation, but I just want to provide some more characterization for the way Turlon's chatting up these people. I'm gonna ask how various people are. They seem, pretty back and forth, surprisingly jovial and cracking jokes with these guys. I ask them how various people are. I'm trying to find the names. I lost the names. But, I'm like, how's Erharith? How's Eleanor? What about Aussie? Just this sort of back and forth chatting as we keep walking.
I'll say that at some names that you mention, there's a moment of silence, and it's quickly figured out that they may not have been the ones to make it. I'll say the ones that you point out are Eleanor did not make it, and Annalyn did not make it, the other beast handler, and how Gorin, the beast master, is now alone because Goyla is out of commission, and Annalyn did not make it. So
Goodness.
she's been having to handle the beast herself, which is kind of put a pamper on things. So they did come back to Kiyasi. That's the other part that she didn't
Yeah.
mention,
Picking up
is-
pieces.
to try and get some more stuff. But you all walk into the big tent, and you see at the other end there's kind of a section of the tent that kind of has this big curtain. It's completely empty, but it's laid out like there's a large space. There's these bleachers, which Sterling you've seen, that are kind of sent up around this large central area where the performances always happen. All of the sand has kind of been pushed away, and it's been compacted down to make it a lot easier to perform on. And you can kind of look up, and there's ropes and various things for all the acrobatics that occur here. But you do pull back the curtain, and you see a male elf who is dressed in every kind of color. It does not match, but it also matches at the same time, and is wearing this large hat with kind of this ploofy, this big, large, ploofy feather on the back of it. That is kind of this purplish that kind of transitions into a pink, and is writing at the desk. Kind of turns to you and
I say right
says,
before this happens, I would like to wave
Yeah.
wave my head up to the rest of the group. I say, be careful with this one. He's a lot.
Yeah, and I'll say Melandriel will look over, and Vitosh will say, "Guess who we got? Guess who came by?" Melandriel, and Melandriel looks over and says, "Who?" and looks at you, Turlon, and says, eyes go wide once again, and just puts his hand on his heart, and he says, Fenar, what are you doing here? Oh my gosh, and jumps up and gives you the biggest hug, even tighter than the other people had given, and is just saying the whole time, what happened to you? You
First of all, I
disappeared.
put my hand on my
It's-
heart as he does when he walks towards me
Mhm.
too, and I pat him. I pat him on the back.
You do-
It's
you-
a long story, but someone's after me, and I had to leave lest I risk the carnival and get caught.
Well,
And we think they're still after me, and I need to stay away. But we have some unfinished business, me and my friends, that I was hoping you could help us with.
he's kind of processing
And
the
of course,
information.
I'll stay and I'll stay tonight to do a hero card reading booth. Of course.
You can see his mind
So I
is
pull out my
going.
cards. I still have them.
His mind is going 1,000,000 miles per second with all the information that you're giving him, and he's looking down at the cards, and he says, yes, absolutely, yes, we'll provide any information you need, and yes, stay as long as you want, but what if we can help as soon as, if we solve this problem, will you come back to, will you come back to the circus? We are a little bit in need of people right now, and I'll say that you are a grand attraction. I mean, you remember all the nights, and you up and left, and I have no ill feelings towards you at all. If you were in danger,
I
then
laughed.
that makes sense, but we can
Caroline
help you.
laughs and smiles. It means a lot to hear you say that. I turn back to my group. The four of us have gotten into something very serious, and we're going to have to unravel it. And I don't think I'm going to be safe until we do. And then I look to you guys again, and I smile, and I turn back. But it is my biggest wish to return. I think with the information you provide us, I might be able to someday.
Okay. Well, whenever you can, I want what's best for you, Fenar. I don't even know the name of your companions, your new friends, and he goes over and he shakes each of your hands as you introduce each
Felix, John, Vida,
other. Mhm.
all very capable. John could be a regular strongman here.
Oh yes, your grip is insane. That's fantastic, and I love your entire outfit. And you may look like a man of the forest. He kind of looks at Felix, and he looks at you, Vita, and says, "And the eye patch and the purple, and you are just an aesthetic. I love it."
He's got an eye for style.
That's gassing us up.
Thanks.
And you wouldn't believe it, but Felix could turn into a beast at will. He's not going to, but he could.
Can. And that I also won't.
And,
Hi.
Vita.
I need to see that at some point, please.
What does
Stay
Vita
long
do?
enough, you probably will.
Vita's
is-
just purple. That's an attraction in and of itself.
Oh, okay. Actual fucking
and
Oh,
the
it's
iPad.
not.
Ringly
not.
Bros. Come see the Aboriginal man from down under.
Human zoo.
Yeah.
That one.
And the iPad.
This one's purple.
Just get me to the sick lady.
I say I shake my head. It is somewhat auspicious, and I can leave some of the explanation to my friends. But it seems we may be tracking down. I was told about the wolves.
You see
We have been
Melandriel's
tracking-
face kind of just go down with that and he's nodding along as you're speaking.
We've been tracking. Felix here. He lives in the Tilgi Forest. He's a protector of it in some regard, and
In
and
some regard.
we've encountered these caustic wolves. We think they're being caused by a man named Gatch, and we think that man might have something to do with Goyla.
Melandriel's kind of nodding, and you can see there's a little bit of tears forming on his face, and he quickly wipes them off, and he says, yes, yeah, I remember we had to, one moment. I remember we had to leave, Pisasi. That's the name of it. All these names I'd only say out loud at some point, which is so funny to me. He says, yes, we had to leave there because Goyla was talking about some Gatch. You think that thing it's behind all of this, then, well, yes, you must speak to her as quick as possible. I'm sure that she has information. She has not been feeling well as of late, some kind of stomach bug and throwing up, and, well, if you have information, then you should. I saw a flyer around town that if you have information about the wolves, you should go to the Druids of Juton. Have you already done that? And he kind of like glances at you, Felix, because you look very Druid-esque.
Why can't it pick me up? Not yet.
Not yet.
Going
Okay.
to.
It's
Oh,
on the
yes.
list.
Okay, yes, then definitely go to
I'll
them.
work it out.
I'm sure they would want information, and maybe they'll have information as well. But yes, if you all need to speak to Goyla, and then he kind of just looks at you, Turl, and he says, Feynar, it is so good to see you, and he puts his hands on your shoulder and gives you another hug. I thought
How's
I thought
everyone
you would.
doing? Is Ananath, is she still in charge of the acrobats?
Yes, she nods her head. Yes, our acrobatics team is still full. Eleanor didn't make it, but the rest of the acrobats are still there, and so that's our strongest act right now. The beasts, Tholdor is alone now. The singer duo. The other one did not. Yes, did not make it, and
You see Turlon kind of shake their head. Oh, it's
So-
tragic.
yes, but we are rebuilding, and we are back here in Kiasi, and we're making some good money. And I'm sure if you join in some performances and give some hair card readings, I'm sure that we'll get even more of the talk of the town.
Well, I'd
We're
hope to make you
building
some
back
money
up.
tonight. Would you mind leading us the way to Goyla?
Yes, absolutely. And I'll say that he kind of gets Vitosh to go back to the door and watch the front door as you all lead to kind of these back area of tents.
As we're walking to, I will just remark, she is still as stiff as a board. Straight
yes.
and tall and strong.
Yes, that is what we like about her, and that's why she's the best doorman that any circus could ever ask for.
Oh, you should have seen Thabers. As soon as I told him someone was trying to get after us, he was convinced he would fight them himself.
He would. He absolutely would, and he probably could. He's been. I mean, he's bigger than he used to, isn't he?
How much
The
do you
last
think
time
he
you seen
benches?
him. Oh, he talks about it all the time. Probably in the 900 range now.
900. Can you do that, John?
900. I haven't really measured, like numbers wise what I can do recently, but I'd like to kind of, if we're here, I kind of want to test it.
Yeah, Fabris
Oh,
loves
you know
a
what,
good
after we talk to-
competition.
Let's do that after we talk to Goyla. I'm imagining we're going to need the stress relief after that conversation.
Okay.
If she knows anything about sketch.
All right.
You see, Turlon seems quite just very relaxed right now. Let's get going.
You all make your way to a tent. The indoors.
I'm gonna also
of...
pull out one,
Go.
just another like flavor thing. I'm gonna show off some various goods we found across the adventuring, and kind of point to you guys to tell various stories about them. I'm gonna pull out like the tongue or something, fermented tongue of some animal that John fucking karate chopped to death, or like one of the shrinking candies, or
40 pounds of boar meat.
40 pounds of boar meat.
There was this
pounds of
huge
boar
fucking
meat.
boar, dude. Crazy.
Yeah.
It's 40 pounds. We got the meat to prove
I'm
it.
gonna take a piece of scarred,
Call them all
fucking,
40
like,
poundy.
burnt clothing from some like fire spell Vita did at some point. I just point out all of these things I have, and I'm like seemingly all of a sudden very enthusiastically talking all of you guys up, just clearly very, very much enjoying myself. Themselves.
It's only been a few days, but I've never seen them like this.
You saying that
Hey.
to anybody in particular?
I feel like
Felix.
Turlon and the ringmaster are like up front, and then it's the three of us walking
Yeah.
a little bit behind them.
Yeah.
This is the most person-like
Yeah,
I've ever seen them.
honestly,
Yeah.
their interactions in Red Hawk when we were out there getting baked goods was pretty all right. But they were, this is the least on edge.
Should we just
Yeah.
leave them here?
No, we
No, we need them.
What do you think of all this? It's your first time in a circus, right?
Both of us.
To
Yeah.
me, everything so far has been a bit of a circus, so just gonna
Get
Banger
him.
line.
par for the
Banger line.
course.
That's a
Banger
crazy
line.
line, man. Crazy
This will be
line.
the name of the episode. Everything's been a bit of a circus.
I,
so
I,
far.
I,
Sort of a
I
circus.
see that quote, and then right next to it's on a black shirt, and then right next to it is Heath Ledger's Joker.
Oh my god.
Who's that?
That's good. That's
Who's
good.
that?
That's good.
You know about the
Who's that?
famed actor Heath Ledger, who got so into his role in a stage play he actually killed himself? I don't actually know
Yeah.
if he committed suicide. That might be
He did.
tasteless.
It was drug
Okay.
abuse.
Cool, never mind.
Tragic.
Cool.
I don't know any of this.
I'm Vita.
Yeah, it was crazy.
His name is Leith Hedger, and he plays a character called the Trickster. And
The
yeah,
Riddler.
It seems at this point only the worst people you know talk about it still, but
Yeah,
it was a
remember
good
Laird-
performance, which is
there was
such a
Laird
bummer about
Jetto.
Yep.
Interesting.
it. That guy sucks.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay.
anyway.
All right.
The whole Jetto family.
Yep.
We're walking. We're walking.
You all make it to this smaller version of a tent, and a tent that you have seen the inside before in a dream, Turlon. Very similar to all the kind of residential tents, and I'll say that you kind of get to the outside, and Melendriel will say, "Well, I'll let you all go and ask other questions. I'm gonna go back to the big tent, but it is good to see you, Fenar, again, and it's good to meet you all as well. And please, if you come to the performances tonight, it's free of charge for all of you. You can sit back and watch. And Fenar, if you want to do your fantastic hero card readings, then by all means, be so happy for you to do it, and stay as many days as you can, please.
Thank you.
We need
I plan on
a
it.
little bit of a moral boost, and you bring that, Fenar.
I plan on it, and I appreciate it. And I kind of nod as he walks away. And I turn back to the three of you. What line of questioning do we want to take here? Do we want to go in all three of us, just be straightforward, or just ask
You guys
about
should be all
that?
three of us.
Yeah.
Oh, alright, let's go.
Wait, who's getting
What?
left out?
4, we just didn't count right.
Sorry,
Oh,
all of us. It should be all of us.
just
We're
was
roll the
worried for a
dice.
second there.
Who are we?
All
Who
right.
are we leaving out?
Yeah.
Are
We
you
go
all
in.
enter? Okay.
Enter
You all
that
enter,
room.
and you see this is a small
tent.
square tent sitting on the sand here, and you see this. There are 4 beds within the corners, and 3 of them, the 2 directly to your left and the one in the back right, are just fully empty beds. Like there's just a mattress, no sheets or any cloths on them. But you see in the back left is more of a lived-in space. and you see just various clothes lying around, and you see a small female gnome who is laying in bed, currently just on her back, and you see that she kind of looks up. She has this very short blonde hair and appears to just be wearing just like sleeping clothes. And you see that there is a bucket directly next to her, which you can only imagine from apparently she has been throwing up. And you see Goyla in front of you, and she looks up, and her eyes are puzzled for a moment as she's kind of trying to reflect, and she says, "Who? Oh, Fenar? What? And she's like rubbing her eyes and blinking a lot as she doesn't believe what she's seeing. And she starts to kind of sit up, but her stomach, like, she kind of holds her stomach for a second, and she's getting up. And she says, "What are you doing here? And who are you all? What is this?"
It's me. It's really me.
Is this?
And I will sit down across the bed on the other bed, one of their beds, and I will motion you guys to come with. You don't have to sit down, obviously, but like come closer. The situation is kind of complex. You can ask Melandriel about the details, but I've returned. I had to leave the carnival for 2 years on the run, and unfortunately, I'm still on the run. I have reason to believe that it might have to do with someone by the name of Gatch, someone that you might know.
She kind of leans back on her back and she says, I feel like I'm having a bad dream right now.
And these are my friends. I trust them. I trust them completely. And I point again, Felix, John, Vida.
You're just, yes, I know a Gatch. Yeah, she kind of glances down at her stomach. I remember we had to leave that town because of my dealings with him. What, do you just want to know? I'm sorry, I don't... She's kind of like blinking still and like staring at you. It's like, you've been gone for so long, and there's these other 3 people I don't know. I'll tell you anything you need to know, but...
We can talk alone if it would make you more comfortable, but please, I trust them.
Give me a perception.
How about this as a
check.
token for gratitude?
Oh, pop off.
I'd say, so we heard that you had a stomach bug, right? Not feeling very well?
She kind of slowly nods her head.
Well, I am medicine man. I know a lot.
He's a shaman.
Yeah.
Healing of sorts.
A druid.
Any of those work. I think I can help. Let me take a look at you, all right? And then I want to just try to figure out what her deal is, and either make her something like from the various herbs and things I keep on my person. Either make her something that'll help her feel better, or like learn what I would need to get to help make her feel better.
First, we're going to do some rolls. First, Turlon, give me a persuasion check about the trust factor, and this will help kind of be the help action for Felix's persuasion check. Or diplomacy,
24.
I should say. Sorry. So that is a success. So, Felix, give me a diplomacy check with a +2 because of the help action from Turlon.
Modifier +2. Add.
Ooh,
Sorry.
that's pretty
My
fucking
God.
good.
I'm normal.
Pretty fucking good. I'll say she kind of leans back a little bit, and she seems to relax a little bit, kind of accepting the situation a little bit, and she says, "Okay, yes, if you have something, if you have something that can help me, and yes." She kind of does a sigh. "Yes, my stomach hurts, but it is not a normal stomach bug." And she kind of pushes the sheets down, and she starts to lift up her shirt. And you can see on her stomach, which Turlon you saw, are just these 3 massive claw wounds across it, and they're obviously scars on top. But more unnervingly is you see, through these like more defined on top of those scars, it's brighter, but also underneath just the entire skin of her stomach is slowly pulsing with this green light. You can see just her entire stomach. There's just this green light underneath, and it's almost like, like when you do a thin carving on a pumpkin, where you can get the light to come through, but not fully. It's like that on the scar areas, and it's just across her entire stomach.
Foul.
Yeah, Felix, you got something for that?
There's 3 of them, and she says, "This is and she kind of reacts for a second, and it seems like she reacts every time it pulses, every like 5 seconds. This is what Catch did to me. Do you have anything that could help with this? Have you seen this before?" And she's like kind of looking a little desperately at you, Felix.
Well, I think I can do something for the pain. As for the glowing, that we are still working on.
And I'm
All of
surprised
us,
that
by the
Carnival
way.
for calling this a stomach ache. Yeah, that's all this is, man, a stomach ache.
From
Thank
the
you,
vibes, it
Felix.
seems like she has not told anybody else about this.
This
Felix,
is
Felix has healed worse. I'm sure he can help you at least in a minor way with the pain.
Can I make a medicine check?
Yes, you may, and you may do a
I'm good.
nature check as well with your new feat.
Because of my brand new feat, which lets me
Your new
roll
feat.
nature instead of medicine for these first aid checks.
Yay!
Let's freaking go, dude!
Dude, why did she drink the green liquid?
I don't know, dog.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah, man,
bad
it tastes
color.
good.
Hell yeah.
Another 31.
I'll say that just through some various Mr. 31. I'll say just some through
Mr.
some
Motor City.
herbs and some various cooling methods, you feel her stomach and her head, and she is quite hot, so it's almost as if she had a stomach bug, or stomach not glowing green. And you through various methods find natural remedies that would help normally with a fever, and you can feel her start to cool down quite quickly from that. And the green is still kind of pulsing, but she doesn't seem to be reacting as much to it after about a few minutes of working your natural medicine magic.
Hand her a leaf. I'm like, all right, chew on this. Do not swallow it. And just try to not move. And I'll like apply a what's the word? Salve?
Yeah, salve works.
Goo.
Yeah.
To the scratched area. It's like, so this is gonna sting a little bit, and then it's gonna feel tingly. That's good. Don't take it off. Okay.
I'll say when you do it, she oddly doesn't react to the stinging. Like, you've put the salve on people before.
Oh, that's not good.
And she doesn't react to the stinging, but she does kind of.
Before I put it on the
once
I put it on like the first one and she doesn't react, I want to poke the scar tissue of another one, just like very gently.
She doesn't seem to react. It seems to be numb almost. That area.
Gotcha. Okay.
Interesting.
I hand her I take a couple of leaves of those same leaves I gave her, and it's like, all right, so these should help with the pain. You chew these until when it gets really bad. Don't use them like all the time.
Mm-hmm.
No more than 2 in a day.
She's just nodding along, and she looks very thankful in her eyes.
Chew them.
She's feeling a little bit of relief.
You can swallow your spit and like the oils and things from the leaf, but like don't eat the actual leaf once it's like fully chewed through, like a paste. You can spit it out, just throw it away. If you feel dizzy while you chew these. Spit it out immediately. Okay?
She nods to her instructions and she says, thank you.
Okay, so this isn't going to solve it. It will help with symptoms. Fenar and the rest of us are trying to find a way to get rid of Pluto moment. Trying to get rid of this green light that's affecting quite a lot of people. And we're kind of at the forefront of figuring out what to do with that. But it's going good. It's actually the whole reason we came to see you. We need your help in finding Gatch.
Also, I just want to say, sorry, at what point I'm gonna, as you're having this whole thing, Felix, I will kind of shift up and sit next to you while you're talking, and I will just whisper, Elvish, thank you so much.
I'll say also, like, there's like Felix's demeanor when he does this is gives the impression that he's made a lot of house calls like this before. Like, this is not unusual to him.
He is good at this.
Mm-hmm.
So what did I just say previously in character?
Yeah,
Right,
just
looking for Gatch. He
looking for
is
Gatch.
the key to all of this. We won't be able to solve this if we don't find him. So any information you have will be very helpful.
Yes, and
Honesty will be much appreciated.
She says, and she seems to relax, and she says, well, thank you. I haven't really told anybody much about what it may be a little bit with Melandrio, but I can tell you all, if you all really are hunting the Scatch person, it would really mean a lot to me if he were gone. I
We're going to track him down, I promise.
have many a nightmare about him. Well, when we were in Pisasi, when I was sleeping in a different tent at the time. I asked to move to this tent afterwards, but Gatch, that beast-like thing, person, I don't know what to call him, but he began to visit at night. I would wake up and I'd be unable to move. I couldn't speak. He would just arrive, and I'd want to scream so bad, but I would not be able to. And he would sit on my bed, much like you're doing now, and just talk to me, talk to himself. He had this hideous voice. It was raspy. He would snarl to himself constantly. He would laugh to himself. He'd always talk in third person too. He never said I. He'd say, Catch, you're doing great. Things of that nature. And he'd talk about his plan. He wanted to transform all creatures in the forest to be like him. And no one understands what he goes through. And it happened for a couple of nights where he would just talk for hours and I'd be unable to move. And I just wouldn't get sleep that night. I thought it was a nightmare, but I'd be so tired the next day, it's as if I hadn't gotten to sleep. And, well, she kind of swallows. After...
Not the leaf.
After...
Sorry.
After... Yeah,
That's some good RP there. That's some good RP there.
That's funny. She says, after 3 nights of doing that, on the 4th night, Catch came and sat at my bed and just did not talk. He was silent for so long, for an hour, 2 hours, I don't know how long, but he then would turn to me. He turned to me, and I can see it like it was yesterday. He would turn to me and he'd start to sniff with his awful nose, this weird prolonged wolf-like nose, and started to sniff, and I could smell his breath. It smelled like rotting flesh, and I'd just say, or he asked me, he said, "Are you pure?" And I couldn't answer, I couldn't move, I couldn't say anything. I just stared at him, and he said, "You're filthy blooded, I can tell. Answer
He's
me."
an incel too. Damn.
And I couldn't
like
answer.
him.
And he said, "Fine, I'll find out myself." And he took his clawed hand and he just slowly drew it across my stomach. And the pain was so great, but even in that, all that pain, I couldn't move, I couldn't scream, I just had to stare down and see my stomach just start to open up, and it started to bleed, pour out blood. And then Gatch got close and started to flare out his nostrils, began to growl, and he looked furiously at me and he said, "You're pure." And he disappeared. Not just ran away, he disappeared. He evaporated into green smoke almost, and I asked Melandriel to leave the next day. I couldn't handle it anymore, and I've had these scars ever since. As soon as I was able to move, I looked down, and they looked just like this. They were
What the hell?
almost healed over right away. And she kind of sits back after just like pouring out this information. She kind of sits back and she says, and just only a few nights ago, it started to feel this pain in my stomach, and it just started to kind of glow green, and it's starting to pulse even more, and it's painful. And she looks at you, Felix, and you've helped me tremendously with this medicine, with these herbs, the pain, but she looks down at her stomach. It's still there, and I don't know what it is. He didn't inject anything into me. I wasn't awake for that. I don't know if he put something in me. I don't know if it's something I've ate since then. I don't know if he's even been around me ever since, but I've just been frightened. I was hoping we'd get even further south, but then the wolves attacked and we need to stay here longer. And he would talk, and when he would talk about his cave. He would talk about his ravine. He would talk about how he would go there. And it was when we were in Pisasi. Maybe it was nearby, I don't know, but he would come every night, and he would go there every day, apparently. He would say that he was there and he was doing his experiments. And I don't know. If you're looking for a lead, maybe it's near Pisasi, but I have no way of knowing.
Tracks.
Cave of Zua is right near Pizzasi.
Wow.
Mr. Game Master, how do you spell Fazasi?
Pisasi.
Above board, I gotta say, this all sucks so much.
I had a dream about this. I might be misinterpreting things again, but I dreamed of Gatch and it opened up into a big ravine.
Great. Okay. So, why do we above board? I guess. Do we know why specifically all this is with her and this pure blood stuff, or do we have no idea at all?
I think this is the first we've heard of it.
The only
Yeah,
other thing in terms of pureness that you've heard is apparently, what's the guy, Jackie? Jackie's sister, who Gatch also had kidnapped,
That's
let her
right.
go because she was not pure, or she was too pure, is what he said. And Jackie
So
was like,
I'll
whatever
ask
the
her
fuck that
then.
means.
Do you know what he means with your blood? Do you have a family, or what? Why would he say that?
She kind of shakes her head. I've been thinking about that constantly. I am not entirely sure. I think that the only thing I can think of, I don't think it's like this, but the only thing I can think of is, I mean, I'm a gnome, and I'm only ever, my parents are gnomes, and my grandparents are gnomes. I come from a family of gnomes, and maybe he means that I'm not of mixed ancestry. I'm not entirely sure, but that's the only thing I
kind of
can
likes the
think
sound of this.
You said he was a humanoid wolf-like creature?
Yes,
I think it's the. Do you guys know what a hyena is?
Yes.
I think he might be partially hyena.
Yeah, she describes his look, and it's very much like what Jackie described, kind of this human with fur on his skin, but only in certain parts, and an elongated nose like a wolf or a hyena, and these teeth that are like, half wolven but half human at the same time. It's this awful look.
Well,
You
don't
only
worry.
ever saw
Long
him
matted hair, sweaty
uh,
hair.
on your bed when you couldn't move. You never saw him elsewhere.
I never saw him walk up. I would wake up and he would be sitting at the edge of my bed.
Yikes.
And he
I mean,
Yikes.
whenever he would leave at night, he would disappear into that green smoke. Like I said, he would.
it'll be alright. We're gonna kill him. So you think we should go to Pizassi? You think that's the closest place that might be near this ravine?
It has to be closer than here.
Yeah.
Anything I've heard about Gatch, just when I've asked around, is that it's to the north. So I can only assume it's somewhere up there, but you need to look for a ravine. And that's all I can tell you. I don't know about where he was. I don't know of what this place looks like. But he would talk about
That's
his
fine.
home, his cave, his ravine.
Yeah, we'll kill him, and then we'll come back and fix you at some point. So just hang in there.
She
Yep.
nods her head and she says, "Thank you. Yes, I'll keep it up. If you can do it soon, it's
Yeah.
only been pain. I haven't felt anything else, but I don't know if there's
Yeah.
something worse that's coming. I worry what happens when the light continues to grow even more."
I think we are just gonna stay through Funnel Mania, which is just a few days, but I mean, we're really gonna get on it right after that.
She kind of looks at you blankly.
We will be investigating this
Yeah.
over the next couple days.
Yeah.
Leading up to Phonomania. We won't just be sitting idly.
We'll be.
Thank you, Goya,
Yeah.
for telling the story.
Yes, thank you for killing him as soon as you can, please.
We will do it. Felix, again, thank you
Oh.
for what you did for her.
Oh, you're welcome. Also, okay, I gave you enough leaves I gave you 3 leaves, should last you 3 days. That's why you should only really chew them when like the pain is at its worst during the day. They're called Elysia leaves. Most places sell them dried for tea. Ask for the non-dried versions and then just chew them. That might be a bit harder to find, but like a alchemist shop probably has them.
She's looking at you very intently, nodding.
What else? Let's see. Oh, when they start to take effect, so in like the next 15 minutes, relax your stomach. You felt, I think, part of the wound, you were very tense in that area. I'm not sure if you are doing that purposefully, but it's also partially a muscle relaxant. So just try to like put effort into relaxing your core area, and like after the first day, you're probably going to feel like a lot of energy and feel like better. Don't be fooled and continue to rest. Don't like get up and start walking around. Okay, these leaves are very potent, but it's more of a quality of life thing. So
He thanks you
that's epic.
profusely.
you're welcome.
Okay. We walk out, I think, to discuss this.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, just try and get some rest, I guess. Thank you for everything.
She thanks you all and looks a lot better and relaxed and less flustered than when you all originally walked in.
As we walk out, I'm gonna turn to Felix. Were you a medic?
Not a medic, no, but medicine's part of what I do.
You just had excellent tableside or bedside manner.
I mean,
You really
it's
calmed her- you really
not like I
calmed
had an
her down.
office, so all I did was bedside manner.
It's very impressive. I nod at you.
Thank you.
So what do we make of all of this?
Definitely the
Well-
work of Big A.
Yeah.
It's green. I think
Big
She's on
A.
she's on the path of Siskin, in my opinion.
Yeah, we gotta
Seems that way.
stop back here once we figure out what the cure is.
So I'm just trying to think if we learned anything from her. Or if there's
Definitely.
any products we can take from this.
The pure blood. I mean, besides the location
Bloods,
thing,
yeah.
the pure blood is interesting. I mean, they both have been women.
Yeah, he might have like a target, like a. Well,
He
that's the
also
right word.
seems to be infatuated
Pattern.
with people before they he targets them, because him showing up several nights in a row just to be like
He's
thing.
he's not like a ruthlessly cold. He seems
He's
like
not
in
fully
his
animal.
own mind, I think he seems to have like some twisted sense of like
Yeah.
affection, sentimentality, or something. So it's not like he's gonna be like cold and tactical with us. Like that's which is useful. We can like manipulate that.
Yeah.
Be reasonable with him, with whatever twisted sense of reason he has.
What he was doing to paralyze her.
Also, why would someone talk to themselves not with their own name? Like, what was that
Some
about?
people just do that. Some people are a little different.
You must
Could
imagine
be-
that he's office rocker.
You don't
could
think
be a
he's being
unique quirk.
controlled?
I was thinking that too.
That is also a good
Gat
guess.
Gatch could be something greater
Mhm.
than him. I don't think so. It's only ever been talked about as one person, but then again, maybe there've just never been two Gatch puppets in the same room. Who knows?
Wow. Wow.
Sucks.
Wow. Wow.
Glad we came
And he
here.
lives in a cave. The Gatch
He
cave.
lives in a cave.
The Gatch crevice.
The Gatch ravine.
The
So
Gatch
you
ravine.
all,
It is a Gatch ravine. That does kind of suck, I won't lie.
it is around.
No, I don't want to go to the Gatch ravine. No.
It's around 2
You
p.m.
gotta find the Gatch ravine.
It's around 2 p.m. as you all exit. I think that's a good place to call the session. And you all, I mean, you got plans to perhaps go back to Silby's School for the Gifted, plans to go to the Druids of Juton, plans to go to the Kahar Temple, plans to go to the Funnel, gotta go to the docks.
Hey, baby.
Lots of places to go to.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of things to
Doing
do.
all this really is like a side quest in Skyrim, like avoiding the main quest is like, listen, the dragons, we'll deal with them, but listen, we gotta do the
Funnel,
funnel,
maybe.
man. Yeah,
Sorry, babe. I can't take care of Gatch right now. I got a funnel.
I got the
Hope you
funnel.
can understand, babe.
Dave,
That
it's Funnel Mania. I can't fucking miss it.
was one of my
Can you take care of the kids, please?
That's one of my favorite
Yeah.
moments, probably by far. Just Vita being like, "We'll stay here until Funnel Mania, then we'll go
Yeah.
kill him." No,
Yeah.
I love it.
I don't like how you responded. He looks at you with a blank face. Or she looks at you with a blank face.
It's
Yeah.
just like, oh,
Because how do you respond to that?